non-governmental organization. It focuses on the empowerment of youth and women in communities in FCT and in Port Harcourt. Over in Port Harcourt, we have 4 departments. We have the fashion designing, we have craft making, we have catering, and then we have makeup and styling. In Abuja, we don't have a center, the training center. We move from communities to communities to ensure that people in difficult to reach communities and in areas where they need skills empowerment, we go into the communities and train them. Depending on whatever skill we find in each community, we liaise with already existing businesses to train people in that community. That way we are able to overcome transportation to and from centers. We started officially in Abuja in 2022. And so far, including YLBI here for this year, we've been able to record a total of 1,593 beneficiaries. So currently, for this summer session, our target is children, teenagers, youths, women, men, but more on children who are on holidays to learn another skill outside the classroom, to learn hands-on skills. And so far, we have 4 skills, right? Tailoring, we have shoemaking, we have fascinator, hair accessories making, and makeup and nail. You can also see these are the works, some of the works produced by our trainees, and we are 21 in number. And this organization is founded and directed by Mrs. Adamu Jokutade Eunice. And so thank you for coming for this training, because just like our mission is to impact Nigerian youths first through tuition-free training. You are not paying for your training. Did you pay bulk sum for your training? Then we have hands-on skills, the skills you've been taught, motivational engagement you'll be spoken to today, and you know, in each training we ensure that the trainees learn character, punctuality, apart from the skill development. And then we have ethics, leadership, business, ventures, and entrepreneurship. That's why this time around we have Keystone Bank educate us on business development. You know, it's one thing to have a skill, it's another thing to know how to convert the skill to a profitable business. True or false? So thank you very much for coming, and we ensure that you will have a very wonderful experience with us. And please, next time you hear of YLBI coming into communities and you have people in such communities or yourself, we would really love that you partner with us and come again. Thank you.
So your name and what's your testimony? Let me feel like I'm in the church right now.
My name is Tassia Salimukman. And I want to be grateful to this organization for giving me an opportunity to become what I want to be in the future. Because this is my biggest dream, become a fashion designer. And I want to thank mommy for giving me an opportunity to start my dream. This really means a lot to my life. When I started this tailoring work, I don't know how to use machine, but within 1 month, oh God, I thought I'm here right now. Mommy, I'm very, very grateful. May God bless you. And I want this program to spread all around Nigeria, because we really need this. We are schooling, but the schooling is not working. So this is our hand skill that can make us better. And this is a very big opportunity. Like for parents, I would advise you to make your children to acquire hand skills. It doesn't matter which kind of skills it is. This is a very big opportunity since it's in Abuja and most of you are staying here. When I say it's very, very expensive. When I asked to tailor in that time, in 2021, it was 20,000. But here, I just paid for form. and I'm already what I am now. Because I feel very, very grateful. I'm very grateful now. Thank you.
Please come forward, man. Put your hands together for her. That's very coming forward. So we will see, we will hear from the angle of a parent to what's your experience. Thank you. Your name, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Semitope Leku. But precisely, I'm standing for Mrs. Onitiri. My niece here, Princess Onitiri. She's my niece. I'm here for her because her mother is not present here. And I'm so impressed with what I've seen. There was a day I came by to say hello to my niece and her family, and she came out with some of her workers. Wow, you did this thing. I said, don't worry, just give it your best. I'm going to support you and see that you come as well. And it's the kind of thing of encouragement to parents. You know, when children are in school, we should not just release them to release school. When I heard that this initiative is a kind of voluntary service, I was like, I know what it means, doing all these things, buying all these materials, giving time to train children like this, for no time, just voluntary. I think it's a passion. When you have the heart to return back to community, return back to society, that is your that passion should drive you. And I don't want to make a promise, but I'm so impressed. As much as I have the opportunity to, if I say partner with you, I will want to do that, because it's also my dream to see that we impact lives. And you know, the society is becoming so wide in the sense that our youths these days, they don't want to learn and do. They want to just get quick money. But when those of us who have been benefited from the society so much, and we see things going the wrong way, when we see youths like this or children, teenagers that still have interest to take something good, to take something valuable from us, we should encourage them. We should spread this out so that those who maybe think that it's just money, they will begin to have a rethink. They begin to have a second thought why they need to equip themselves. You see, these things these children have learned now, they may not know the importance. It's when they go higher. There was some things I learned when I was much younger, and I know how they helped me. It's just when like this, people say, this lady said, like you can do everything. Look at the things I learned when I was much younger. So please, those of us that are benefited now, I want you to keep practicing, because these things, if you don't practice them continuously, they will leave your hand. So keep practicing as much as you have the opportunity. Keep practicing, spread the news like what you have just done. So others, encourage your, when you go back to school, when you resume for the next academic session, tell your classmates of this thing, so that when another opportunity comes like this, they can also tap into it. There's a lot of us that are elderly, that are parents here. Please let us encourage our young ones. They may not even be our biological children. There are some persons that need assistance. When we see them and we know that these programs are available, let us channel them there and support them. Thank you, man. God bless you.
I know that you have more than 2 or 3 people willing to testify, but this is the much you can take now. Put your hands together. Please, your name and the testimony.
Amen. Good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank God for this initiative. Amen. My name is Pastor Favor Usman. I'm of the church by the grace of God. I believe in hard work. By reason of that, I have all boys, but I have this flair for a girl child. So this holiday, I decided to gather some children in the house to me. My children are all grown. My last boy graduated from secondary school last month. I have 3 children here that have been not biologically but biological children, but they are children that are so much loved. They are my adopted children now. Amen. And I want to thank God for this initiative. As a matter of fact, you've answered the call indeed now, because what our present day children need now, like I tell parents in church, and anytime I have opportunity to talk to parents, you know, most times we make this mistake of the children go to school throughout the whole day. They come back from school maybe by 5 p.m., 6 sometimes, tired because of lesson. Long vacation, they continue with the lesson again, like back-to-back school. When we were growing up in school then, we were taught butterfly. You have butterfly come from lava, what, and all that. I'm not against that. But I think we've come to that point where we have to do more practical than theory. Yes. And what sells in our present day life now is what you can produce. Even in the higher institution, when you graduate, there's something they call skill acquisition for youth corpus.
that they have to go through all that process again. So beginning it from this age now, I think is the best thing ever. Man, you have done well. I celebrate you. And I want to believe God that God will send us more and more sponsors, more partners to take it from this level to not just be between Abuja and Port Harcourt. That God will help us grow it to the 36 states of the Federation, to every nook and cranny of every village in this country. That every girl child has less privilege. Whether a boy or a girl, I'm not gender biased. So don't be happy. It's just that I have this thought for girls, but unfortunately, I wasn't blessed with one, right? And but fortunately, I have boys, and I tell them you will bring girls for me. So by all means, I'm blessed both sides. But the girl child have this mentality, especially when I grown up in family where they're looking for boys. I'm looking for her to send my home. You don't understand, right? Because we're always looking for boys. Oh, what did she give birth to? Girl child again. But because of that mindset, the girl grows with this less privileged mentality. And then she's looking for her to get married to one man that should bail her out. Not knowing that she's not getting married as a liability, but as a helpmeet to support the person. Now, the Bible says he that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. So the wife is a good thing, is a favor that is added to add color, just like you're baking cake. The thing that makes the cake beautiful is the decoration on it. So the girl child is the decoration on that. So every child here, I celebrate you. Kudos to those of you that did that. I was supposed to wear my own, but they thought that I don't know. Sorry.
So let's get up for graduates. She will call the name, Mr. Sam will present them, then you pose very well for picture. This is a memorable day, don't miss it. Alright? Pose for the camera.
Good afternoon. So we'll start from introduction to leather works. Chukwu Blessing Ogo. Onitiri Emmanuel. Fatolu Benjamin. Fatolu Benjamin. Then we move on to tailoring. Nathan Grace. Johnson Mojisola Josephine. Wachukwu Emanuela. Gender Jesse James. Mesele Oluwanifemi. Sorry, please. Then makeup and Geli. Obodo Ivy. Obodo Ivy. Obodo Ginika. Obodo Chinyere de Doris. Adesanya Odunayo Fauziya. I'm sorry with the pronunciation. Nathan Triumph Bonbon. Oba Polo Tolani Yetunde. Ayé Mujo Aye Jumo Ruth Aye Jumo Ibe Onyinyechi then fascinator and hair accessories Akinduro Chekube Rachel Awe Oluwamayowa Sarah Akande Favor Ode Gladys I'm a blessing Olohi I'm a blessing Olohi Anthony Splendor Nnamchi Matching Nathan Trifina Bongon
She a sister? Oh, she's interesting.
Nathan Trifina
Look up.
Nathan Eunice Bongon Ibe Chikaima Onitiri Princess Abimbola Akinduro Chekube Rachel Oba Palo Tolani Yetunde. All right, thank you.
Is there a round of applause for those who have
Good afternoon, all. I hope nobody is bored. Are you bored? You are happy to be here. Okay. The essence of having this special presentation, we just had a general presentation of the certificates to show that the students finished learning and they did well. Now we have a special presentation to those who did very, very well. They all did very well, but some did very, very well. And then this is where we are calling on people. I've heard like 2 people say they want to partner with us. We cannot do it all by ourselves. When you train somebody has a skill, the person is not using it. What do you think will happen? It will go stale, right? But when you use that skill, then you can begin to practice. How do you use the skill? You need something, a machine, to go with your skill, and that will give you a product. And so we are appealing, use this opportunity to appeal, especially to parents, even the children. You can tell your parents at home when they see what you have done, that we need people to partner with us so that we can give starter packs, what we call starter packs, to students. We wish to give to everybody that has participated in the training, but we cannot afford to do that. So we pick the best of the best, and we give them what they can start using to practice what they have learned. I think you should give us a round of applause. So this afternoon, for introduction to leather works, that is shoemaking, somebody has proved to be the very, very best. And I'm happy to say that the person is unusually a lady. Only men do that. There's nothing that only men do now. Ladies, you know we do everything also. So I call on Blessing. And the best students. For makeup and the design, you can see that some of the students came with their baby. Some of them came with their faces made up. So we have the best students as Mrs. Ibe Oniyechi. That is for health care. Best student is Omitiri Princess. I want to observe, and I'm sure some of you have observed, that we have not just teenagers, we have very, very young people that participated in this training. And this is a special package for one of the youngest people that we had on the training. She was so interested in the training. She did everything. Though she didn't come out to be the best, but she's one of the best. So I call on Splendor Anthony. Wow! How old are you? 7 years old. She is 7 years old. A round of applause. Now, the starter pack. This is why we say we need partners. This tailoring, this is for tailoring class. And the best student is going away with a sewing machine. I want to tell you now that the sewing machine was donated by Sam Empowerment Foundation, represented by. So we use this opportunity to say thank you very much. And they are saying we need more partners that will give us things with which we can encourage our students. Thank you very much. The best students, all of them did very well, I must tell you. But the best is Lukman. She told you that this is her ambition. She also told you that she made what she's wearing. Congratulations. Wow. So indeed, Youth Livelihood Building Initiatives has started what she had in mind. This is a dream come true. Congratulations.
Isn't this amazing? Isn't this amazing? Yes. This is what this is the benefit of being a part of this program. And many more, many more. I remember in my time, that's about a little bit a year ago, when I participated in my own training. We learned, I was among the IT department, people who got trained with the IT thing, and I know how helpful it has been. I know how it has impacted my business and a lot. including Mommy and the organization, giving me an opportunity to stand before you today as an MC. My MC career actually started with this organization. You understand? So, and I know that you can see that I'm doing well. I don't need to share my testimony, I'm doing well. So, like the gentleman from the bank was telling you about, being able to communicate. So, we're going to be taking health talk. Health talk. You will agree with me that if you learn these things and you're not healthy, you'll not be able to carry them out. So, health is a vital part of our life. So, in doing justice to this health talk, I want you to join me putting your hands together to welcome Pastor Mrs. Remy Akifewa. Alright? She is the coordinator of critical care at Federal Medical Center Lafayette. Put your hands together for her. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's program. First of all, I want to appreciate my grandmother. Mommy has been so wonderful, so wonderful, so wonderful. So it's not surprising if God is using you to do this great work. And I pray that the strength and the enablement for you to carry on the Lord will bestow upon you in Jesus' name. So, quickly, today we don't need to bore ourselves with too much grammar of medical languages, but I will try as much as possible to come to each and every one of us level, so that at least today we can be able to go home with something, and through this we can be able to impact life. And when I was called to that I'm going to take an health talk, I just frowned. What would I be able to talk about that will be beneficial to everyone? Because when we look at our gathering, we see that we have virtually all age group. And I scout through our world today. What is so prevalent? What is so common that at least every individual we need to be aware of? So it's like an awareness call that I'm going to do this afternoon. And what is that? I want to talk about cardiopulmonary resuscitation. You'll be surprised that why am I bringing this to this gathering? It's not far-fetched, because when we look at the world that we are today, you just see somebody looking healthy, the person will just be going, say, fall and die. The next thing, fall and die. I hear that. It's so common everywhere. And you're in a society whereby maybe the awareness is somehow low. But when you get abroad, you see that even children from low grade, that's our primary school, they are taught on how to carry out this cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Because a child can just be in the house with an elderly somebody that will just collapse like that. And if the child have the knowledge of it, that child can be able to do something before the arrival of the medical personnel. So that is why I just put at it that I think we can create awareness through this program. So, but before I get to the resuscitation, something must have led to something. That is, before someone must have collapsed. It's not just possible that somebody that is healthy, health-wise, now, that is so healthy, we just collapse. It's not common. But most times, we see people, when they move around, we think that everything is okay. A lot of people have a lot of hidden conditions that predispose them to untimely death. And that is why I'm bringing this. And the most common one that leads is the heart attack. Heart attack. And what is heart attack? Heart attack occurs when every one of us knows what heart is. I mean, heart. The function of the heart is to pump blood to all the organs of the body. Without blood, no man can survive. And
in the process of pumping blood, the heart itself requires blood. You will be imagining that, sure, he has the blood now. Why does he need the blood again? Yes, heart has the blood, but it requires itself to supply himself blood. And that is where we have all these. Okay, how will I talk about vessels now? It's just like your tap in your house. When you open your tap from the main source, and there are other sources that are connected that this water flows to. Is that not so? When you pump water, it has to flow to your toilet, to your kitchen, to your. That is the way the function of the heart is. So, heart itself has to supply itself blood. He too, that's the heart itself, require, it has something we call vessels. Like pipe in the body, heart too has, because all this pipe, I'm just using pipe to say it so that I can come to everybody's level. This pipe supplies every organ of the body for it to function. The same way other organs has, that's the same way the heart too has. So, if there is anything that will prevent the pipe of the heart to take blood to the heart, can lead to heart attack. I don't know if I'm making sense. Heart attack occurs when the blood vessels, those pipes that takes blood to the heart, because we're talking about heart now, something blocks it. There is blockage. I will still use your pipe in the house. When your pipe, your kitchen pipe is blocked, a lot of things does the work. Either food particles, either the oil that are congealed, block the vessel, that's the pipe. I mean, at a point, it might be flowing slowly with force. Then you will need something to push it to open. Is that not so? That is the same way it is in the heart. There are some things that will cause those vessels to, initially it will be narrowing, and it will now make the heart to be working forcefully, wanting to, because the heart will want to compensate. The heart will want to pump the blood to various organs so that they will function as it's supposed to function. So as the heart is forcing itself to pump blood, a lot of things is happening to the heart. So, and that is why you will hear somebody having hypertension, the pressure, because of the push, the force that the heart is making to pump blood, hypertension. So, those are the things. Blockage in the blood vessels leads to heart attack, because if there is not enough blood supply to the heart itself, it makes the heart to dysfunction. It will make the heart not to be able to do the work it's supposed to do. It will not supply the liver, it will not supply the kidney, it will not, a lot of the body organs that is there. So that is what heart attack is all about. So if anything happens that the blood vessels become narrowing, the heart will forcefully work. Then if nothing is being done, there can be total blockage. And when there is total blockage, the heart cannot function. And that is in the process, you see somebody now collapse. And if immediate attention is not given to that person, you see that you just say, before getting to the hospital, they just declare the person dead. And another thing that the blood does is that it carries the oxygen we breathe in. Every one of us, we are breathing now. We don't know. We are not conscious of that fact that we are breathing something important. It is the work of the blood to take the same oxygen round about the body. So, and oxygen is life. The oxygen is in the blood. So, if blood cannot reach various organs of the body, oxygen too cannot get there. And if there is no oxygen, there is no life. So that is, I'm just letting us know how it goes before somebody will just collapse, and before you know it, that the person died. So for somebody
that is at the risk of having heart attack, just as I've said, it doesn't just happen overnight. No, that person must have been having signs. The heart will not just pack up all of a sudden. There are signs that an individual will have been facing, and maybe the person will just be subsiding, be trying to take some things, and before you know it, it grows bigger. So what are those signs of heart attack? Number one, an individual will be having chest pain. Pain to the left. The heart is situated to the left side, just around this region. And that pain, where you know the difference between the pain of heart problem from ulcer pain, is this pain will start from the left side of the heart, so excruciating. It will travel from the shoulder, goes to the neck region, even to the back region. If someone is having that kind of sign, it's not too good. One should not just leave over that. You need to do what? Investigate and be sure that it has nothing to do with the heart. So the chest pain and even the pain, the chest will be tightening, and still, even for someone to breathe, it will be very difficult. Then shortness of breath, the individual will not be able to breathe deeper because of pain. And cold sweat, the individual will just, before you know it, sweat will just come from nowhere. And the individual will be like, I need to take in air, you will see it, the individual will be so anxious. Then light-headedness, you feel light, the head will just, the individual will be feeling fainting attack, and tiredness, fatigue, weakness, the individual will feel weak. There are some risk factors. What can the particular set of people are at risk of having heart attack? I will quickly mention that now. Risk factor. People with hypertension, they are at risk. You know, hypertension to deal with the heart. I've just told us how, in a layman language, how hypertension comes into being. When the heart has to be working excessively, there is anything preventing it from having free flow of blood. Then we have that's high cholesterol level. This cholesterol, I don't know, a lot of us we have heard from mothers, you hear that they will tell you that some oil contain cholesterol, some are cholesterol free. I mean, we have heard. This cholesterol is fat. It's fat. You see cow meat, bah? There are some particular parts of cow meat that you will see fat that is very common around that area. So those fats, we call them cholesterol. But this cholesterol, there are of two types. We have low density cholesterol and we have high density. The high density type is the type that, when there are some fats, when you put them down, it will not congeal, it will not come together. Is that not so? And there are some, before you even put them down, it has congealed. That is the two types of fats that we have in our body, and we get it from the food we eat majorly. That fat is good for the body, but the good one, that's the high density one, that cannot congeal. The way you see it, that it cannot congeal even when you put it down, that's the same way it is in the body. It will not congeal. It cannot block the blood vessels. And the other one, we call that one bad cholesterol, the one that congeals. And these are the ones that are not good for the body. It can, when you have the excess of it in the body, it will congeal and it will block the blood vessels. And for smokers, even the companies that produce cigarettes, they will say smokers are liable to die young. We will not die young in Jesus' name. If the company come to that realization that, see, this thing we are producing, it can short somebody's life. Is it something to be taken? It's not, but people are addicted to it. So smokers too are at risk of developing heart attack. People with diabetes, that's high sugar in the blood, they too, they are at risk of developing heart attack. Then family history. If in the family there's somebody that died with heart attack, there is possibility that other lineage of the family too can develop it. And one thing about any heart disease is that it is preventable and treatable. It is what? It is preventable and treatable. Treatable if it is identified in the early stage. Because when it is identified in the early stage, you can be able to do prevention. If it's hypertension, was diagnosed of hypertension close to 40 years. Very well. I used to tell people hypertension does not have cure. You can only control it. So why don't you go for follow-up? A lot of times people will say, I have taken the drug, now I'm okay. If hypertension has been established, it has been established. The only thing an individual can do is to take his or her regular medication so that the pressure of the heart can be, of the blood pressure, can be as normal as anything. So, with any diagnosis, somebody that have the bad fats in the body, with follow-up, with medication, with drugs, it can be taken care of, and that person will live as much life as God wants him or her to live on earth. Diabetes too. If diabetes has entered, it has entered. It's just to be able to control the blood sugar level. So, what are the things that we can do? That's it. Maintain a healthy diet. A lot of times you see there's this announcement about taking good oil. Any oil that you put, I mean groundnut oil especially, any groundnut oil that you put down before they break and that oil congeal is not good for human consumption. It's not good for human consumption. And a lot of us will still take that. Obesity too is another thing. Family that have obesity, they have to be that have so much weight, so much fat in their body. Their weight is above normal. So those people too, they are prone to what? To heart attack. So what can we do to prevent this? I talked about maintaining a healthy diet. We take much, especially when we are above 40 years. We have to be mindful of our diet, of what we take. Then we should exercise is very important. We should try and exercise regularly because with exercise you tend to burn down calories, you tend to burn down fat, and we must manage stress. So now for somebody that has heart attack is not a death warrant. If somebody has heart attack, it has not gone to the heart stopping totally, no. But when heart attack is not well managed, it can lead to cardiac arrest. That is, the heart will stop pumping totally. But in heart attack, the heart is still functioning. But in cardiac arrest, that is heart arrest, the heart has shut down. The heart does not work again. And in such situation, when somebody collapses, that is where the importance of this lectures is now coming. Maybe you are in a market square, you just see somebody follow. Because the oxygen I told us about that the blood carries, especially to the brain, if oxygen do not get to the brain within 4 minutes, even if that person is revived back to life, that person might not be useful again in life. That person might not be what? Useful. I hope I'm communicating. That person might not be useful because the brain for as many of us that use this computer, we know the function of CPU, essential processing unit. The CPU of the body is the brain. It's the brain that process every activities that we do as a human being. When oxygen fails to get to the brain within 4 minutes, it leads to brain death. And be that the brain died does not mean that other parts of the body will not function. Other parts of the body will function, but because of that brain death, there will not be coordination again to other parts of the body. And that's when you will see somebody, they will say that the person, maybe after collapse, he came back, he cannot recognize anybody, he does not know where he is. Such person is even better for that person to die. Because for the rest of the life of that person, that is where that person will remain. So that is why it is very, very important when somebody collapses. When I don't have anybody to demonstrate here, but I will explain to us. When there is a collapse, shout for help. Help me, help me. Then you try as much as possible, move to that individual, lay that person straight with the back. Then the first thing you try to do, call the person. Is that person responding? If you know the name of the person, call the name of the person. Does that person respond? This thing, within less than 30 minutes, 30 seconds, you have to finish this assessment because you need to jumpstart the heart. So, you call the person. If the person did not respond, you try and use your ear to feel the nostril of that individual. Is any hair coming from the nostril? That's from the nose. If you cannot feel any hair, you try and hear. We call it pulse. You can see that in a normal person. I want every one of us to touch this aspect of our hands. Please, the way, use our 3 fingers. Feel it like this. Are you feeling anything like as if it's breathing? As if it's breathing. Yes, that is the force of the heart you are feeling there. It shows that your heart is pumping blood. So, when you get to that person, you try and feel that pulse area. If that thing is not breathing, you know the heart is not functioning. You need to get into action. Then, for you to get into action of trying, if there are tight clothing around the individual, maybe the clothes the individual is wearing, you try as much as possible to loosen it out. You try and loosen it out. Then, what you will do is for you to assist the heart to come back to life. And how do you do that? You have laid the person down. You use your hand, the heels of your hand here. The heel. You put the other one on it. You go to the heart region around the breast area. You apply pressure. You push your hand inside. As you go like this, up, down, it makes the heart to contract and it makes the heart to retract, that is to rest. You pump it because you require about 120 of that press up. 120 per minute to jumpstart the heart. So, especially when you see that there is no breath, because sometimes the heart can stop working and the respiration is still there. But if both you are feeling no air coming, the heart is not working, you have to give a rescue breath. That is, that we call it kiss of life. Kiss of life. You can just get an handkerchief. You lay it at the mouth of the victim. You try and open, because you have to raise the jaw up. You try to open the mouth. You can, if you are alone, as you do, you press the chest for 30 pressing, 30. You try and go and give breath. You yourself, that you are rescuing the individual, you take a long breath so that you have good oxygen concentration and you blow it into the mouth of the individual. If your breathing into the heart of that victim is effective, you will see the chest wall moving. And you can do that like how many minutes? But if you have somebody that have experience too, somebody can be the one giving the breath while somebody is pressing down. That's the chest. The position of the hand is very important. Like this. So in this heel of the hand that we do the press down, because it has to go down to be able to meet the heart. And like special grace of God, if it's very effective, you see the heart jumpstarts, and that individual can be moved to the hospital for further management. A lot of people have been rescued in such. We hear sometimes in church, a lady that was singing in choir collapsed. But because there was nobody that have this knowledge to help the heart to jumpstart again. She died. And before you know what it is, I believe that you will say, it's an attack. Attack of an enemy. Attack of an enemy, which is not an attack. So let me just leave us with this little lecture of mine.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I don't think that this is a little lecture. This is a full dose. Somebody say full dose. Full dose. Have you been learning something? Right? To touch my body, I'm shivering. Like, oh, enter me. I've learned something. My wife belongs to the Red Cross Society. She's been talking about this thing. I'm not paying attention. But today, I learned it practically. Because maybe because my wife, what she said, I don't really take it too seriously. But the way mommy described everything today, I'm sure I'll be able to, to take action when something like this happens. I would have said that if it's possible, somebody should give us something, but it shouldn't be here, so that I can practicalize. I don't know if I'm making sense. Put your hands together for 1 minute. I'm learning something big, honestly. I'm learning something big. Alright, so we're moving to the next segment. Sharp. We're going to call on Mr. Lucky. Mr. Lucky is the relationship or relations manager within Keystone Bank to give us a talk on business development training. So let's put our hands together for Mr. Lucky, the CEO. Put your hands together for him. I think this is moving. We are finished speaking out talking when we receive business development training too. Thank you very much, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity. We are from Keystone Bank, and it's pleased for us to be here. I'm very happy and seeing the children here as well. I'm talking about business development. The children and all that. I remember when I was very young, I did a little training as well. My mom was my first account manager. This is a lot of us for the children. So, without wasting much time, I will just go straight to the point. First of all, we're talking about savings. There's an adage that says, if you don't save, then who is going to save you? If you don't have a skill, what can you present in this present society? So, I know what happened in the previous months about protests here and there. But there are some people who are actually using it to make more money. I will not lie, some people are using it to make more money. I'm talking about medias. So, thank God you have a skill that you can actually sell. Even despite this period, you can be in your home and be selling your products either through your phone or through communication. Everybody say communication. I will just do a little presentation with my colleagues on communication skill. But before that, I will just speak on sales. It actually refers to you save a little portion during the rainy day. If I have money in my bank account or I have money under my pillow, and at a time I needed to do one or two things, and urgency and emergency might just occur, I don't need to start crying or looking for who to help. I have something to go and pick up and save that particular problem. Now, another thing we're talking about is budget. I believe the organizers, before they started this program, they already had their budget rolled out. And you need to prepare for the unexpected. I don't know if I'm communicating. You need to prepare for the unexpected. As a business mindset person, you should prepare for your audience, prepare for the people you are selling your goods, prepare for the people you are selling your products. You cannot just say you just want to sell a product without preparation. So as a children or as an entrepreneur, you should have these particular skills. Everybody say budget. So you should have a budget plan. You should have a budget plan. If you look at the market world, like our local market, you see the woman selling tomatoes. He will have to display all her items. He might not pack the full truck or the full lorry of the tomatoes, but he have already a plan. And if I finish this one, if it calls for more, I might even order. You know, I talked about selling your stuff online. Somebody can just ask for goods, please, I need two cups. You should have those things ready. If you are not ready, you can actually budget for more. Now, how can we grow our business development? The first thing we should know, we should have an idea. If I'll just skip a little. If talent is all about inherent, most of us or some of us are privileged to have this inherent talent. There are sometimes maybe this cup. There are some little techniques I need to remove the cover of the cup. But someone who is not born talented might find it difficult compared to someone who is born talented. Now, for you to grow these things, you need to learn. You need to have this learning process. We, as bankers, we actually do presentation of ourselves before going out. We have to prepare for the world we are meeting. Those who doesn't have accounts, those who are not learned, those who are even learned, we have to have this preparation. Now, I will just take you to the world that you're more familiar with, like the footballers. They train. If you don't have training, there is no way you can become so successful as a business developer. If you don't train yourself, you can't go far in life. So even the Ronaldo we know, the Messi we know, the footballers, even the athletes, they train themselves. Even your professors or teachers, they train themselves. They equip themselves before going out to communicate. Now, I know as a business person, for you to be recognized globally, you should have this license to practice, which I know with time, gradually, thank God you have the awarding certificate that you present to them. So if you have this certificate being presented to you, it shows that you are undergoing this skills acquisition. So nobody is going to tell you, do you have the skill of how to do a makeup? Do you have the skill of how to do a shoe, like a cobbler, whatever. So this certificate actually presents you to the world. But if you have a certificate, and like I said, you don't have the training, you don't have the skills, you don't develop yourself, then somebody was saying like school, I don't know, you use the word that, what is school if you don't have skills? So if I have a certificate and I cannot speak to my audience, I cannot sell my product, that means I have not done well, I have not done well. Then as a business developer, you should have branding. There are so many products in the market. There are so many products in the market. It's how you package yourself, how you package your product. You know, there's this what's it called, this cider nut juice. Locally we call it kunu, right? When I saw it, well presented. You know, the woman said, okay, it's 1.5. Normally, if you go to the nearby shop, you will see it for 500, right? But I have to buy it back. It's well presented, well labeled. Do you understand? It now gives me the mindset that where this thing was being produced, I'm sure they sanitize themselves. It's not like the roadside. I will go and take the tiger nut. Then I will end up having a health problem, just like our madam said. Thank you very much. So your brand, you should have a good package. If you don't brand yourself, if you don't brand your goods, it will be so difficult to sell. It is so difficult for you to sell to your audience. So while you have these skills with you, you have this skill acquisition with you, you should know how to brand, you should know how to sell your products. Do you understand? You should have that skills part of it. Now, marketing, you know, there are different methods of marketing. Are you not surprised when you go to the market, you see somebody selling tomatoes, another person selling tomatoes? In fact, one row is tomato. You asking yourself, how do they sell these products? But don't be surprised, they sell their products. Do you understand? They do it. If you go to where they sell these shoes, you will see all different types of shoes. You will discover that there's a particular shop has more customers than the other. Do you understand? It's a marketing skills. How do you welcome your customers? You don't need to know me, I don't need to know you. Philip, are you ready? Are you ready? So you don't need to know me, I don't need to know you. When you see somebody who comes to your shop, you just need to advertise your products. Like the MC said, that our logo is very big. Our logo, this thing is very big. So we're advertising ourselves. So when you have your goods, you should have this marketing skill that anybody that is coming, I should have something to actually give to that person in exchange of money. Let me be sincere to you all. Why we make all these things, why we come and dress, is because we need the money. Say you need the money. You need the money to save. You need the money to look smart. You need the money to look good. Do you understand? If you are not happy, you feel so difficult for you to go and express yourself outside. So you need this money. You need people's money. That's why you see, I didn't say you need people's money in the other sense. I'm saying that you have goods to sell, and when they buy your goods, what do you collect from them? Is it not money? It's money. So you should brand. You cannot come out in the public. You take your bag, you prepare, and you get to the market segment. You don't sell. You just sit down so timid. You are not saying anything. Nobody will want to buy from you. Do you understand? Nobody wants to buy from you. You should have that sense of having a marketing skill. There's what we call rapport. You know rapport. You rapport with people. You don't say I'm an introvert and you want to become a business person. I wonder how you want. There are so many introverts, but you should devise a means. Do you understand? Devise a strategy. Either you are an introvert or an extrovert. Devise a strategy for how to sell your product. Do you understand? You don't need to sit down there and say, okay, I have the skills as a computer guru. And you're not telling people you are selling, you have the skills as a computer guru. You're not telling the people that you can make shoes. You just sit down, you acquire the skills, you have your certificates, you validate it. Then it's of what use? How would you make the money? How would you save? The dreams you have, you want to drive the latest cars, you want to own the beautiful houses. You already have the skill. You need to come out and do what? And sell that your product. Because if you don't sell your product, nobody buys a product that is not being sold. So you should be the one to start selling your product. Then there's what we call networking. That's what I just said. Networking. Just like you are sitting with someone right now, then you have to network with that person. You have to tell the person, good day sir, good day man. This is what I do. My name is this. I make shoes. I know how to write. I can do what do you call it? IGD'25. Sorry. So yes, let me just give you a little story. My own. Let me use one. My partner. They want to go up his makeup and make up everything. And when she told me, she said, it's 40,000 naira. I said 40. There's no problem now. Don't worry, I'll make you up. She said, no, you can't make me because I don't have the skill. Do you understand? So because I don't have the skill, I can't make her up. Now you that have the skill, you should be able to make her up. And while you are done with that, it's going to exchange with what? With money. And you smile on. When your customer is being satisfied, it gives you this great joy that you have done there. Well, that's feedback. I'm going to make it, I'm going to rush everything. Feedback. So you don't have a feedback from your customers. You don't have feedback from your business. You are not growing. You should have a time whereby you sit down and check if you are making progress or not. Am I communicating everybody? If you are making progress or not. If you are not making progress, then you need to do a run check of what you are doing. You cannot be doing business and be making loss. It's just better you close it up so that you don't run bankrupt or just start looking for where to get money. So you have that habit of what? Monitoring your business growth. I will say monitoring your business growth. So if you don't monitor your business growth, just like in school, you progress from one stage to another stage, from the JS1 to JS2 to JS3, even the university. If you don't progress, you remain stagnant. So in business, you should be aiming towards go high. You should be aiming to go high. If you hear the likes of Dangote, the likes of Basel, these people, they are big men. They started from the scratch. So it's having a great privilege, having these skills you have acquired. You should not just sit at home. Do you understand? I know little ones, you can do many things at home. There's what called surplus energy. That energy you have time to go and off the TV, start running around the house. What do you do now? You just carry your craft and start making it. There is this puzzle we used to do. We would just be trying to solve arithmetic with the puzzles. Now you have this skills acquisition. You don't need more than all those things now. You start practicing everything. Like I said, the footballers, the musicians you see, they do what? They do a background check, they practice, they go to studio. So if you can do your IGD, you do your stuff. You can use your younger ones to start. You can take your clothes, even if you don't have all the packages. There's what you improvise. Do you understand? If you're a business person, a very die-hard business person, the rain does not stop you. And remember, in the camp, they will tell you under the rain or under the sun, you go out. So whether if you are ready to survive in this economy, rain is not a barrier. Sun is not a barrier. You cannot be telling the farmer and say, okay, now that the rain is falling, I'll not go and till the sun. In fact, they are very happy. So now, what they have planted, you work, you grow. So you as a business person, whatever skills you have acquired, do not allow anything to become an obstacle to you. Are you guys ready? Okay. So let me just do it. Now, having a business mindset, you need money to grow your business. That's the fact. If I'm saying everything about skills acquisition, I'm talking about communication skills, I'm talking about how to sell your product. If you don't have that money, if you don't have that money to grow your business, that business will not stand. Now, so you need a working capital. Do you understand what I'm saying? You need a working capital. That's why I said from the beginning, if you don't save, what will save you? So you start learning how to keep money. Start learning how to save money. Start learning how to save money. If I ask you now, if I give you 2,000 naira, what can you use 2,000 naira to do? You might say, 2,000 naira cannot solve the problem. But don't be surprised. The boys in the streets or the people who are not that privileged like you, if you give them that amount of money, let me tell you, because I actually sold with my mom. My mom has a provision shop. I also learned this business skill of the thing. You see those boys, when you give them 2,000 naira, sometimes when they will just come and say, please give me money, I'll say, are you ready to work? I can't give you money, but if you tell me you have a skill, I will give you money. You buy this pure water, they will buy it. You should learn that money is very important for your business. You should not be the type that eat from hand to mouth. Everybody say hand to mouth. Your business will not grow. Do you understand? I'm also speaking to the elderly ones. Do not say because things are trendy, things are fashionable, you want to have the latest thing. You now start touching your, taking your capital. Even the profit, you eat the profit, you eat the capital. Then, all the complimentary cards you have sold to people, you are giving out to people. They will be so, you know how customers do these things? They will not call you when you need them. It's when you don't need them, they will go after you. They believe that you are still in the business. Do you understand? They still believe that you are still in the business. That's why continuously you should have that money as a backup. You should have the money as a backup. If you don't have a backup plan, that you're not going to succeed in business. Because customer will just call you out of the blues. Do you still have, I need cake. My birthday is coming so day. Please prepare this cake for me. And you have this cake, you don't have the money. And sometimes customers these days, let me be sincere to you, you are asking for advance payment. Some, we just want to test your ability. So we're not going to pay you money for advance. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you should have what? You should have a ready-made capital. You will have a ready-made capital. Okay, please order your goods. I will prepare them. Then let that money be able to fetch the things out so that when you present to your customers, they will pay or pay in advance. Do you understand? So that money should be available. That mindset of hand to mouth, you should reduce it. If you are that type that when you make sales of 200,000, out of the 200,000, your profit is 50,000. If I were you, I will add extra so that I will expand my business. And you know, when you expand your business, you become a leader. And there is this saying that somebody that learned how handwork is a king. You know, if you have car, you cannot repair your car yourself. It's the mechanic man that will decide when you will drive that car or not. Two of us, if that car is faulty. So you that have skill, you are a king. Let me use the word. You are in control. Do you understand? You are in control. You can tell. You don't need to be rude. You don't need to be rude to be selling your product. I'm talking about personality. You know, there's a call like we bankers. You know, you are hearing that sometimes when you call the bank, they'll tell you come tomorrow, come next tomorrow. They are actually working in hand to solve your problem. So, as a business entrepreneur, you should be a problem solver and always give feedback. Do I say feedback? I say feedback. Don't have feedback. If you don't have the goods available, please don't just turn your customer down. You can propose. Okay, I don't have the goods available. Can I make it available next week? Can you wait? You are giving the person your word and do not fail. Do you understand? Do not fail. Do not start procrastinating because it's time you start procrastinating. Your business will not grow. To be sincere. Because if I have ordered a goods from you and my event is next week, that same next week comes and you cannot deliver, I will not refer you to another person. Do you understand? Because business is all about referrals. Just the way you are doing this, your skill acquisition, you can actually have a connect. You are not going to answer, you are not going to answer with that skill acquisition. So, so my colleague just do a little play about communication skill, because it's very, 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 very important in business. Thank you very much.
Can we celebrate our freedom commitment? I believe by now we will change our mindset about so many things. Talking about communication skill, confidence is key, because why? People will see you the way you see yourself. Now, the way you present yourself is how people will value you. I'm a Bible student. I believe so much in Bible story. There's this story in the Bible where Moses sent spies to go and spy the land. You remember that story? Now, some of them went there. They came back with a bad report. They said, there we saw giants. We saw so many things, and we were like grasshoppers before them. And what happened? They saw them that way. But they had two guys there, Joshua and Caleb, came back with another report. They said, we can take over that land. And what happened? They went there and conquered that land. Now, as a business person, when you go to your customers, the way you carry yourself determines how those customers will see you. You have been looking for an opportunity. When will I meet this great man? When will I meet him? Now you have met him. How do you present yourself? You need to have self-confidence, self-worth. Don't look at your bank account first. Don't look at what your present situation is saying. I believe so much in myself. I believe there is so much I can do. Now, my colleague right here, we are from Keystone Bank. And when we come to our customers, we don't come as though we are looking for something from them. We come with confidence. hello sir, I don't want to know whether he's the president, but when I'm coming to him, I'm coming to sell a product. Now when I come to him as if I'm saying a God, what will happen to me? I'll begin to fidget. How am I communicating? Now, when you come with confidence, I'm coming to my colleague here. Let's see her as my customer. Hello, good afternoon. Can I meet you? Please, I have this product to sell to you. I have the Future Kids account. I have the individual savings account. And I would like for you to bank with us. Now, we can assure you that when you bank with Keystone Bank, you will not regret it. All those network issues you've had in the previous accounts, I promise you that here, as your account officer, I want to guarantee you that you will never have the same issue anymore. You would like to try, don't try. Just go ahead and bank with us. If you have confidence like this, you are attacking the person with the questions. Even though you are looking for something from this person, but your confidence approaching the person will determine whether this person will bank with you or not. There's a way you can say it. At the end of the day, the person will say no. I've had issues in the past, I don't want to do it anymore. But now when you come presenting yourself with confidence and with self-worth, at the end of the day, you will sell your product and you will smile back home. I think with this little presentation of ours, you will change your narrative and your mindset about approaching business, and communication skills is key to business development. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Put your hands together for the God's name. I know you've been learning so much. I have been learning so much too. So it's not enough for you to learn skills, very good, but you should know how to take your goods and services out there to people who need them. That is why we're having this segment, so that you can be properly prepared. In all ramifications, not only just know how to put the show on the and the makeup, you should know how to defend the product, you should know how to present it to the people. It's called packaging. Say packaging. Say packaging now. I know people are used to say when they say the packaging like make above, take the roll with samosa and spring roll. Before above, don't anybody. Very soon I can warming up. You remember I said it. Kunu don't change there now. Kunu don't come out now. Even now, sir, you see what's it called now? Kunwaya, when package. My God. See some Kunwaya, the way they package them. Even when you don't have money, you want to drink them. So that's what this segment is teaching you. It's teaching you to know that you are competitors. You are not the only one doing what you're doing. So you should be creative. Think of the best way to present it so that you are branded with it. When they see it somewhere, they say, I know some person do this kind of thing. I know this person they train out for youth livelihood building initiative. You understand? So that's what we're teaching you here. So put your hands together once more for this organization for taking this holistic turn on this thing to get you prepared for the market. All right. So with so much people are moving now, we're making so much progress.